North America is in a crisis, but we are not alone. There is an opioid epidemic within our borders, but it's spreading. It is shown to also be an issue in parts of Europe, Asia, and Africa, according to the United Nations Office of Crime and Drugs. If we work together, can we find a viable solution to this invasive problem and perhaps someday eliminate it completely. Throughout the course of my education, I have learned the value of teamwork and cooperation. I have learned when to lead and when to follow, to seek answers constantly while creating more questions, and to be creative and innovative in my solutions. I have learned that research will always yield an answer, even if it's not the one you're looking for, but it may lead you somewhere better, which will springboard for new ideas. I've learned to take charge and work with others in a way that builds upon each other's ideas until together we find the answers we're looking for. I have learned to be authentic with everyone that I'm working with and encourage them to be their authentic selves as well. Funktowitz and Ravitz discuss alternative problem-solving solutions in their paper on global and societal issues. They encourage the combining of experts and non-experts to create a non-linear dialogue. This prevents discussions and research from being purely scientific or theoretical, and urges those whose minds are involved to work on solutions in a different way. The United Nations operates with a global strategy, which determines what needs to be done with whom and why. Both of these strategies combined will work to create a solution I propose. This can also be referred to as an interdisciplinary network. I propose a global solution brought together by leadership and teamwork. I propose a council comprised of United Nations members, the World Health Organization, members of the United States Food and Drug Administration, the Office of the Surgeon General of the United States, and the top research scientists from all over the world, regardless of their specialty, as they may be able to think outside the box. In addition to these, this panel will include pain specialists, drug counselors, doctors, and herbalists, bringing multiple perspectives into the mix. The goal is to find a way to effectively combat pain, which is the leading cause of opioid use by prescription. In 2016, the World Health Organization reported that an estimated 27 million people suffered from opioid use disorders. In this search, we seek options that are non-addictive or not as addictive, have low risk of overdose, and are safer for the body no matter the age of the patient or the duration of the prescription. The non-medical personnel will be able to offer a layperson's point of view, perhaps including within this group patients who have used or need the use of prescription opioids. They may have suggestions that the medical community never considered. This group can do the testing on herbal supplements that have not yet been done on many vitamins and herbs to make the FDA approved for certain uses. They would be able to find out if the supplements are in fact useful and what they can be used for. Chronic pain may need something different than acute pain. This panel can expand on the research already done by individual states and countries on medical-grade cannabis to further validate its effects on chronic and acute pain, muscle and nerve spasms, and inflammation. Another task of this commission would be to find ways to help those who currently suffer from opioid use issues or addiction. Currently, methadone is used to help wean people off opioids and has been for decades. But in many cases, people just transfer their addiction from one drug to another, as it is also an opiate and highly addictive. One of the issues they may come across would be the U.S. FDA's ranking of medical cannabis and certain herbs and vitamins. Cannabis is considered a Schedule I controlled substance and is classified as having no medical benefit. Until the FDA changes this ranking, it cannot be legally used on a federal level, but I believe that the research and testing created by this project will change that. The same issue follows for certain herbs and supplements. They are not considered controlled substances, but the FDA has never approved them for use as anything other than a supplement, again claiming no medicinal value. But that is because testing has not been done exclusively. Small focus groups have been tested via the companies that produce and market the herbs, but their tests do not carry the FDA seal of approval. Again, this can be a circumstance handled by the testing and research conducted in this forum. Another boundary will be funding. There may be countries participating in this study that are not part of the United Nations and might be concerned with how they will pay for the research. However, if this is a UN-sponsored event, they will have their own funds that are collected from each of the participating countries that will go towards the project. The main societal issue I foresee with this combined force is the way the results of the research will impact the countries and agencies involved. Some countries may not believe, despite the research that may claim otherwise, that herbs and vitamins can be used to treat pain. Others may be unwilling to allow the use of medical cannabis as a viable replacement for the addictive opioids. It will be the job of the panel to reason with those countries and their governing bodies to convince them that this would be in the best interest of their people to do the most good. However, we cannot force compliance. We can simply supply the facts and urge these countries to do what they can to make things better for their citizens and hope for the best possible results. In the end, this is an idea sprung from hope and concern. The hope to make a difference and the concern that it might be too late in some places to reverse the terrible effects of the opioid crisis. While the United States has been the most affected, Canada, Europe, and parts of Africa are not too far behind and are concerned with the way things are trending. It is only if we work together globally that we will solve this problem. Thank you.